Hello and welcome to the very first episode of 5 Deep. 5 podcasters from across the globe coming together each week to achieve their goals using accountability. I am your host with the most, Mark Jeffrey, and on this episode I introduce to you the crew and we discuss accountability and we each set a goal for February. I promise you it's not going to be boring. We're going to have some shits and laughs and some giggles and it's going to be proper fun. I promise you that you will love these guys as much as I do. We started about 2 years ago, to be fair. We all got together and we set the accountability group up. It was supposed to be a podcast and accountability group, but after a while we just all decided that we was going to have fun and help one another out using accountability and achieving our goals and doing some amazing things together. So I've got 4 people here on the screen with me now, and they're going to be with us this evening, as with every week. And I'm looking at them now, to be honest with you, and they kind of remind me of that cartoon years and years ago called the Thundercats. Right? So,
dare I ask why?
Well, it's funny, really, because we're going to start off with you, Harmony, to be honest with you, because I see you as the character Chitara, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but Chitara was the fit one. That even though she was a cartoon character, right, she was that fit, cheetah in Thundercats. So Harmony,
I'll take it.
Harmony, right? Tell the world a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a podcaster. Obviously, that's how we came together. But I'm also a mindset coach for women. And I love doing that. I love helping women get out of their negative bullshit and achieving things. So I do that online with my social media and with my coaching program. And I clean houses. I'm kind of a Jill of all trades, but I live I kind of am in a flow, but I'm also a little all over the place. But that's perfect for being a Libra because I've basically designed my life in a way that it works for me to be able to do all the little things that I want to do and still be flexible in my schedule. So very passionate about movement and very passionate about accountability, which is what brought me to you guys.
Yeah, sweet. You was the first person actually that I got in the accountability group. I don't know actually how I came across you. I think it was on Instagram, to be honest with you. Lee, behave. We'll come to you.
Episode 119. I think that was the first one I did with you.
Yes. Well, anyway, we're going to go over to Rodney now. I imagine Rodney to be the Panthro of Thundercats.
Why did I know that?
Did you know that it was going to be Panthro? Because you actually look like Panthro.
I was going to say a black bald panther. Like,
Tell the world about yourself, Rodney.
All right. Yeah, man. I just want to throw that out there. My name is Rodney. I'm a podcaster and a real estate investor that did not quit his day job. There's more to me, but I think you'll get to know a little bit more when you tune in a little bit more. As far as the podcast goes, A Brother of a Certain Age, you can find that on all audio platforms, but I'd rather you go to YouTube, and it's A Brother of a Certain Age on YouTube, and you can subscribe, hit the notification bell, look through the content, like and share if you find any value. My original plan for the podcast was for it to be a topical show, but I enjoy connecting with people that I find interesting. So the podcast kind of morphed into that. As far as real estate, I wanted to create another lane of income and gain some financial freedom. So I ventured into that, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing on in the real estate portion. I joined a group. I found Mark on I forgot what it was, a group on Facebook where you was asking if anybody wanted to join the accountability group. So I reached out. We went back and forth.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, you selected me, and I'm proud to say that I'm one of the first. I've been here since the first iteration of it. So, and it's changed over the years. Yeah, members come in and out. But the one thing that's been consistent is that we've been showing up pretty much every week, other than like taking a break here or there for, family time, Christmas, holidays and stuff like that. We pretty much been in each other's lives for the last 2 years. It's been, either Sunday or Monday. And one of the things that when I saw accountability, I was thinking like I was kind of struggling with my energy, my self-esteem. I was even having issues with my integrity as far as the way I was living life, and accountability kind of made me think of that can help me in that realm, even though it was a podcasting accountability. When you start to hold yourself accountable in certain areas, it kind of branches out into the rest of your life. So that was, I think I needed it at the time. And, so again, like I said, you'll find out more about me as you continue to tune in.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie, I think the reason why I chose you for the accountability group, to be honest with you, was because you look like Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I'm surprised you have a TV reference for anything. You don't really know anything about any kind of TV.
TV I do, but not films. But we're going to go over now to the third person of our crew, right? Lee Meekin. He's over here in the UK with me, a.k.a. Tigra. I know he hasn't got ginger hair, but, I think that he's Tigra from the outfit. So how you doing, Lee?
I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Glad to be here.
Yes, it's been a long time coming, but tell the world about yourself.
Oh, I'm like a perennial weed. I could sort of pop up here and there and everywhere and try different things and all the rest of it. But just to give you a little compressed version of my history, I suffered from long-term depression. Had a breakdown a couple of years ago, and while I was watching Tony Robbins, cried like a little bitch, and realised what the massive problem was. My massive blockage that was stopping me from moving. And all the while you guys were assisting me and trying to show me a bit of direction and give me a bit of, ass kicking. And then since then, I've endeavoured every ounce of my energy, if that's the right word, on improving my life, both physically, spiritually, mentally, financially. And my long-term goal is to take my history, my past, my experience, and everything that I learn for, now and in the future, and help educate other people and coach those who need it the most. I think I represent 95% of the laymen out there. Not happy with their lives, not happy with the decisions they've made. Think it's too late to change the direction. It's never too late. That's pretty much what I'm doing. I've got a podcast that sort of tickles my kicker when it comes to weird stuff, aliens, UFOs, and conspiracies and all that sort of stuff. So that's kind of my duality. Is I've got a coaching personality, but I've also got a weird kind of scary side as well, with all the weird stuff and that sort of shit,
Great. And it's a great podcast you've got there as well, Lee. I really, really do enjoy listening to it, mate.
It is good. It's good fun.
Right. Over to the fourth member of the five deep crew, right? And can anybody guess which character Howard is?
Snarf.
Shearer.
No, it is Snarf. Over to Snarf over in Texas. Snarf. How are you doing there, Texas, Howard?
Well, thank you for the wonderful introduction.
Well, I hope it's better than the introduction to the show, because I must admit, I've done 200 episodes of podcasts and my introduction was shocking. Apologies, and it will improve. But Howard, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. It's nerves. We was all laughing and joking before the show, and it kind of put me in the wrong place. But Howard, how are you doing, man? Tell the world a little bit about yourself.
Not a problem. I'm honored to be Snarf, I guess. I'm honored just to be a Thundercat.
You do look like him. You do look like him.
Well, hello, Internet. My name is Howard Blend, and I consider myself a student, I guess. So I do have a podcast. It is called Howard's Blend, and just like similar to what other friends have said here, it's evolved over time, and now I've focused a lot on talking about supplement science, ingredient science, because I also do have a supplement company called SMB Nutrition. Just a second as I take a sip of the protein powder, plant-based protein powder, Howard's Blend.
Quick plug there.
It's refreshing.
Was that a commercial sip? I didn't see.
Yeah, so as right now I'm working on developing a pre-workout powder.
This podcast in no way
Everything
is
all right?
endorsed by Howard's
man,
Blend.
Is it me
I
or
was
what's
gonna
going
say-
on here?
No, carry on.
That commercial
carry on.
wasn't sanctioned.
Yeah. Hello?
All right. Yeah, I'm here. Can you all hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I don't know if it's my connection or not, but it's freezing up. So I'm not sure if you're all getting what I'm saying.
No,
That's why
Just
I kinda
carry on
waited there.
talking. Just carry on talking.
Okay, cool. So yeah, right now I'm in the process of developing a pre-workout formula to expand the product line. And that's my primary focus right now is just to work on scaling the business, and then getting those episodes out as much as I possibly can with everything else going on. So pleasure to be here with everybody.
It's a pleasure to have you here, mate. And apologies there for Howard, because he lives in Texas and he uses dial-up for his internet. And occasionally it drops off. And, it's sometimes he is based on the International Space Station because he is also a part-time astronaut. So what's it like being an astronaut, Howard?
Don't say
Yes,
that as well.
sorry. The delay takes a little bit of time to get up to.
I didn't get that. I
to
do
orbit.
apologise. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, I am the fifth member, and I would say that I was not Mom Ra, but I would be Lion-O. Got to be in it.
Oh, stop.
No, well, Lion-O had a bit of ginger in him, didn't he? Right, and I'm the closest to ginger in this group, so I have to be Lion-O because I've got that big sword. Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Listen, something tells me that if you used the Jackson 5 reference, you would be Michael as well, right? You're gonna be the lead. You're the band leader. So go ahead. I'll give it to you, Lion-O.
Cool. Anyway, guys, this is the crew. These are the people that I've grown up with for the last 2 years and spent a lot of time with and enjoyed spending a lot of time with. There's been some laughter, there's been some tears, and we've been doing this for 2 years. And every Monday night we get together and have a chat and hold ourselves accountable. We set goals and all of that sort of stuff. And about 2 weeks ago, Howard said, why don't we actually record what we do on a Monday night and put it out to the world? And I thought, and we all thought, that this would be an excellent thing to do. What we do on a Monday night, we're going to share with you because we have a laugh. And I think that people can laugh and joke with us behind closed doors. But not only that, we talk about setting goals through accountability. And I think we'll all agree in the room here now that accountability has helped us so much and it can help the world so much. And we just all need to hold ourselves accountable some way. So I looked on the internet today about what accountability actually stands for. And accountability, it says here in the dictionary, the quality or state of being accountable, an obligation or wellness to accept responsibility or to account for one's actions publicly. How would you guys break down accountability? And we'll go around the room a minute quickly there, Lee. How would you define accountability?
That's a really good question. And I'd be interested
Thank
to see
you.
everybody else's answer to this. But for me, accountability it marries up nicely with integrity for me. Holding yourself accountable and allowing other people to hold you accountable is basically just walking the talk. I many times I've gone on about taking cold showers and the benefits of cold plunges. It's all right talking about it, but if I'm not actually doing it and experiencing those effects and showing the effects of that, I'm therefore not accountable. I'm not being held accountable by you guys, by other people, and I'm certainly not holding myself accountable. You almost become sort of, and it's a bit of a strong term, but two-faced. Like, how can you recommend doing something if you're not going to do it yourself? So for me, accountability is showing up and having that integrity to walk the talk, and stop talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Anybody want to add to that at all?
Yeah, I would just piggyback and say showing up, and doing what you say you're going to do, whether it be to yourself, and that integrity is when nobody's looking. So, whether it be to yourself or more importantly, if you decide to share, whatever it is you're doing with other people. That's why the group to me works, because we show up every week and I say, this is what I want to do. And I put it out there in the world with you guys. And, so I think it's just a matter of, I like what Lee was saying, including into the integrity piece as well.
What about you, Harmony? Have you got anything to say about accountability? I know you have.
I do, yeah. I mean, let's just get real. Everybody cares what other people think. And we want to make people proud. So no matter how you put spin on it, if we know that somebody's got expectation for us to show up and put our money where our mouth is, the likelihood of us actually taking action goes up. It increases. And whether that's just because we care what they think and it's rooted in an ego-based thing, regardless, when people are watching, we show up more. That's the bottom line. I mean, when we feel like somebody's got expectation to for us to prove that we're going to do what we say we're going to do, it's scientific. I mean, we care what other people think, and we have a pack mentality. We're pack animals as humans. And so we want to feel a part of something. And if we are a part of a group that is promoting getting shit done, guess what? Subconsciously, you're like, if I don't get shit done, maybe they're going to kick me out of the group. So it really is about inclusion, making people proud. So whatever kind of spin you put on it, when people are watching, you have a likelihood of showing up more. And I think you guys would all agree after doing this for 2 years.
Well, 100%. I mean, I can't really add anything more to that debate, to be honest with you, because you guys have said it really, really well. And I'll ask Howard what he thinks of accountability and what it means to him in a minute, because his dial-up cut out and he left us briefly there. But I mean, for me, I love showing up every Monday night, setting myself a goal, and being with you guys, to be honest with you, it's a form, it's networking, isn't it? It's like when I say I'm going to do something, you lot kick my ass and ask me why I haven't achieved it. And every Monday, if I don't achieve it, questioning. And it's almost like, I feel as if I've got to do it. When I hold myself accountable with you guys, I've got to do it, because if I don't do it, I'm letting myself down, but I'm also letting you guys down. And, it's networking. We're all working together. We're all working as one. It's like a union of us working together. How would you go about it then, Howard? What would you say about accountability?
My apologies. The life support system up here in the International Space Station was on the fritz, so I had to reboot the
fritz.
I was running out of oxygen, like Star Trek. So hopefully the connection's better now. But my idea with the accountability is, I think of it like, since I'm into health and fitness, like a training partner that you have. If it's just up to me and I'm kind of wavering, like, oh, do I want to go to the gym? Do I not want to go to the gym? If don't have a partner waiting for me, I'll just stay at home. But if I have a partner at the gym that's waiting for me to show up, then I'm going to go because they're waiting for me. And I think it's similar to this group, is that when we meet and we give our goals and we talk about what we're planning on doing and what we're working on, then I feel like, okay, well, I need to get on this because everybody else is working on their goals, and I need to take it seriously because all you guys and gal, you're taking time out of your day to come help me with my goals. And so to me, it's almost in a way disrespectful if I just kind of blow that off and then not really do anything, even though you guys are taking your time and energy to help me. So, that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. And I quite often, when I say to people, oh, I can't do this tonight on a Monday night because I'm with my accountability group. Do you guys ever get people say to you, what's an accountability group?
Yes, all the time. Not as much anymore, because I think everybody has a real good understanding of who you guys are, because we all share each other's stuff. But there's still so many people who don't know what accountability is and don't even know what podcasting is.
Yes.
So to tell them, yes, I'm a part of a podcasting accountability group, they're like, what?
Well, what's a podcast? What's accountability group? Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I get it all the time there. I mean, I can't understand, 2022, how people don't understand what a podcast is. I mean, it's such an amazing thing. There's a podcast about everything, and I thought that we was the first podcast featuring accountability. But I went on the old Tinterweb there this afternoon, and I typed in podcast accountability, and there's about 3 or 4 podcasts out there that are doing what we're doing. And I just think that podcasting is amazing, how there's just so many different podcasts for different things, where, you know, an old lady could listen to a podcast about crocheting, or a young man, or an old man. But what I'm getting at is there's a podcast there for everybody, and I think that it's absolutely amazing.
Absolutely, yeah. I agree.
I haven't got people asking, because I usually go right into it. I just go, yeah, man, I'm a part of this accountability group, and I say, this is what it is. And I always suggest that people try it, especially if they're struggling with something, even if it's not podcast. You have brought up during one of our meetings that, you know, it's no different than like the Weight Watchers and those type of things, where they get together and they weigh each other and all this stuff. And it's the same concept. So it's not that foreign to me, but I never thought of it like in podcasting, that we should have an accountability group. But the bigger picture for it, for me, is that it turned into more of accountability outside of podcasting. I mean, you know, it started as, hey, let's get some podcasting goals. Let's talk about some episodes we want to release. Let's talk about the equipment. And then it turned into, you know, well, I kind of had a struggle with something else. Can we talk about that? And so it became more of a overall accountability group, as opposed to just a podcast and accountability group.
Yeah. And I mean,
oh yeah, you guys saved my ass when I was sleeping on the couch in the spare room. Saved my ass between you and my other accountability group, because I would wake up and, you know, when you're going through something really tough in life, you wake up and all of a sudden the weight of the world lands on your brain and you're like, oh shit. And you remember the pain of whatever it is that you're going through. And I would just literally put my Voxer on. And as I was just trying to find the strength to get up out of bed and go start the day, I would lay my pillow, my cell phone on my pillow, and I would just let y'all's check-ins play. And it really just kept me motivated.
Go on, Lee.
I don't have to explain what accountability group is. I don't have any friends outside of this group.
Lee Meekin, no mates over there. Yeah. No, I mean, the thing is, it's like this group, like we've been saying, has been going for 2 years. And, you know, there's been a lot more of us in the group, hasn't there? We've had loads of different members in the group, but some have come, some have gone, some have come, some have gone, some has come. This is Lee I'm talking about now. He's come and gone about three or 4 times. But what I'm getting at is, you know, we've built a nice little family here now, and it is a shame that we haven't got Michael still in the group. You know, I haven't heard from Michael for a while now, and Michael, if you are listening, I hope you're doing well in that. But you know, we have people come and go, guys, haven't we? But we've got a nice little nucleus of guys in and girls here now, haven't we?
Yeah, I agree. It's really it's just an example of how things are going to become what they're meant to become. And you can't really force connection. And for whatever reason, we all, like I've mentioned to so many people when I talk about our group, like we're all from we're different parts of the world. We've all had different upbringings, and yet we still seem to jive so well. We still have a lot of the same problems. We have a lot of the same hurts, and we just come together and genuinely I can speak for myself that I've fallen in love with you guys over these couple years and don't know how far I would be without you guys, honestly.
Likewise.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You're my sister, Harmony, now.
Sister from another mister.
Yeah. Well, I call it from another mum, to be honest with you. But yeah, I agree with you totally. I totally agree with you. Lee, how has accountability changed your life then, do you reckon? You know, being in this group, how has it changed your life?
That's a really good question.
Why, thank you.
I think had I not been in this group, I probably would still be where I am 2 years ago. just going around in circles. Because you guys have been persistent and patient. I think patient, I will emphasize that word, with me running around like a headless chicken, trying to figure shit out, trying to figure out what direction I'm going in, what am I doing. I think you guys have just sort of shone a torch and gone, come on, it's this way. And I've gone, oh yeah, okay, I'll follow that. So yeah, this group has been, I wouldn't go as far as saying life-saving, but certainly, oh my God, it mentally healthy saving, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And for me, but yeah, it's been absolutely super powerful.
And the reason why I asked you there, Lee, I'm not picking you out individually. The reason why I was asking you is because a guy that's gone through depression, I've never, had full-on depression or anything like that, but I have been down, and I've felt that when I've been down, sometimes you need people to talk to. And the good thing about this group is, like Harmony was saying there just a minute ago, is that every morning when we check in on our Voxer, which is a walkie-talkie app, we check in every morning. We hold ourselves accountable, and we just say hello and talk about the weather or anything. There's a whole discussion of things that we talk about, but just being there, like Harmony said, it helps so much, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does. And you guys know me. I will just open my heart out. Doesn't matter what I'm thinking or what's going through my head. I will just spit it all. And I feel humbled that I can do that. And thank you guys are ready to listen and ready to put my pants on. Pull your socks up, son. Or you guys will know. We all know when one of tough love, or when we need just a little bit of gentle, caressing. Yeah. So it's great. It's great stuff.
And the thing is, as you can tell, there's a bit of lag coming there from Lee, because Lee's currently away working from home, because he works away from home a lot, and he has to spend a lot of time in different hotels and that. And here in the UK, there's some parts of the UK where the internet signal is appalling. So apologies there if you can't make out very well what Lee is saying. But what I'm getting at is that we're all in different parts of the world, all doing different things at different times. And this podcast that we're putting together for you is like I say, basically us meeting on a Monday night, the things that we do on a Monday night. Now, there's going to be some weeks where Lee's not going to be there, or me not here, or Howard or Harmony. There might be 2 people here one week. There might be 4 people here. We might even have an extra person. I don't really know. But we're here to talk about accountability. We're here for setting goals and achieving goals, having a bit of fun. And, I'm nervous. We're all nervous. So apologies if, we're messing up a little bit, or the camera's jumping, or it's stuttering a little bit. We are in the process. This will be going out on YouTube as well as going out on a podcast. We are in the process of setting it up on, is it StreamYard, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to be
live streaming on the StreamYard. We're
going to be live streaming on StreamYard. And so then you can fire some questions at us and stuff like that, and drop us an email. You can drop us some emails and we can have a chat that way. And we'll give you all the details on that in a little bit. But one thing that we do every single week is we talk about goals. We set goals and we conquer our goals most of the time. I just want to go around the group a minute now quickly, because tomorrow is the 1st of February, and I thought that it would be a good time now to set a goal for February and just tell the world, hold ourselves accountable, no longer for this group of 5 of us, but for the whole of the world, right? Tell the world about what our goal is that we're going to set for February. So I'm going to start with Harmony. I think that's where ladies first, because I'm a pure gentleman. Okay. I'm an English gentleman here in Southwest UK.
I love it.
What's your goal for the month then, Harmony? What are you currently working on?
Well, my goal is to take Mondays, which I usually take off for podcasting, and I usually hunker down at home and do whatever it is I need to do, computer work, podcasting stuff, laying out a podcast, whatever. But I've decided to hit the inspiration a little bit and go out to a cafe or a coffee shop on Monday. So I will get up in the morning on Monday, like I'm going to work. I will get showered, get dressed, and head out with my laptop to allow being out and about to inspire my creative juices, not only for podcasting, but for my upcoming children's book class that I've purchased. And I just want to be out and about. I want to offer myself the opportunity to possibly network with people, have run-ins with somebody, possibly get inspired. Who knows what can come out of it? But that's my goal for February, is that every Monday in February to go out and work on my laptop and work towards my brand.
Sweet. That's an awesome goal. And I know that in the past, you've been, one of your goals was to spend a lot more time with your friends and go out and doing a lot more stuff. How was that? How did that go?
That's going so good. Actually, I've got a girlfriend that just purchased a course of her own to start her own business. And I recruited her when we went out for brunch last week. And I said, on the 31st of January, I've got my first 5 Deep call. So I can't do it then on that Monday, but every Monday in the month of February and ongoing, would you want to meet me in the morning and just do some co-working so we can get there together wherever we choose to go. I'll pick different spaces and different places in Asheville and order coffee, shoot the shit for a minute, talk about what our goals are for the day. And she'll bring her laptop, I'll bring my laptop, and then we'll kind of sit at the same table, but be there to support one another. So she's coming along as well. So I've got a friend joining me on Mondays, wherever we decide to go, to co-work together. And so that kills my goal of wanting to meet in person, have one in-person meeting with somebody every week. Remember, that's been a goal of mine for a while. And then also to just do some more computer work, really just get out there and more consistently do my blog posts for my website. And I just feel like there's a lot more content I could be creating other than Insta stories. So I feel like maybe it'll help if I go somewhere that is away from the distractions of home.
That takes it to another level, that, doesn't it? Because we've all been into a cafe or a restaurant, and you're sat there, and there's the couple opposite you that are both on their phones, not talking to one another, but they're both on the phones. You're taking it to the next level. You're at a coffee shop on fucking computers.
On laptops. Oh, yes, we're going to make it happen. But I feel like there's something about getting out into the world. And when you're home, even though I live alone and, I just have a puppy here that's pretty much sleeps the whole time, I'm here, you still get distracted. I've got to go swap out the laundry, or I need to do the dishes, or maybe you get distracted when you're in your home space. So I feel like rather than going investing in the money to pay a monthly fee to be a part of an actual co-working space, why not just create my own? There's plenty of really awesome nooks and crannies in Asheville that I can go hide and work on my laptop quietly, take a pair of headphones and be done with it. And I feel like I'll just be more productive. We'll see. When we come back at the beginning of March, you guys can question me about it and we'll see if it worked.
Looking forward to it. We're going to go over now to Texas, to old Snarf. What's your goal for this month, Howard? And I'm really looking forward to hearing this one.
All right. Hopefully my connection. I'm actually over Texas in outer space right now. So, I'm having to do a lot of relaying off satellites and stuff to get to you guys. It's to finalize, I would say, the first draft of the pre-workout formula. I'm almost finished. I've got like one ingredient left to kind of do research on. And so it's to finalize that, and then I already have a couple of manufacturers in mind to reach out to start getting quotes on it.
I think you've been abducted.
That's the big thing right now, is to get that done.
I think you've been abducted again there, because either that or your next door neighbours growing
what was the last thing y'all heard?
Well, I think your next door neighbours growing marijuana again and taking all of your your power supply, because you just said
something like that. What was the last thing you all heard?
Start at. There's only one last. You've got one last ingredient. Start there.
All right, I'll try to go brief. I've got one last ingredient to investigate, research, and then I'll be done with the first draft of it, and then I can start shopping around to manufacturers. That's all.
Sweet. Looking forward to it, man. And the thing is about Howard is he's been on this journey for 13 years, haven't you, Howard? You've been wanting to get your protein powder for 13 years, and it's only been the last year that you've achieved it, and that's down to accountability, isn't it?
Yes, and hopefully this connection will stay constant. But one thing I was going to say, what I like about this group is you all are pretty much the only people in my life that I can bounce ideas off of. I don't have anybody else. So that's the big thing with me, is that you guys give me good feedback. So thank you all for that. But yes, you are correct, Mark.
Sweet. And I mean, this is the only guy that I know that spends hours and hours cutting up white powder. Do you use a credit card, Howard?
Yes. And I have you can't see it, but I have a long pinky nail as well.
Oh, we don't know about that.
Oh, God.
A little pinky nail. Lee, we'll try and get over to you now then, mate. Hopefully we got a better connection for you this time. What goal have you set yourself for February?
I've got a couple of micro goals. So I'm on a bit of a fitness push this month. For the month of February, every day I want to close my rings on my Apple Watch using
explain yourself.
Close that ring. Oh, anybody who's got a Fitbit or an Apple Watch knows that you get your calories, your move goal, and your what's the other one? Stand goal. Harmony's got one as well. So you can close your rings. It's Apple's way of just trying to get people to be more healthy, and Fitbit's way to get people moving about a bit. So every day I'm going to close my rings.
And you're going to send a picture in our Voxer group. You're going to post a picture before bed.
Yep. Because I need to be held accountable. Because if I don't do it, then you guys don't know, and then I'm not, being held accountable, and I'm not. The integrity is no longer valid.
And you're not allowed to send the same picture every night. I'm going to be looking for. Do I need to ask you to put the newspaper in the background? Daily newspaper?
You'll see the date, wouldn't you? You'll see the date on it.
Yeah.
Here she go.
Yeah.
She's the ball kicker.
Would you say death, taxes, and Harmony's movement?
Yes.
I love that. I actually laughed out loud when I read that. I was like, damn, that's perfect.
What's your second goal, Lee?
I want to do a cold plunge, at least one cold plunge every day. And I also want to finish the 3 courses that I should have finished by the end of February as well. And those courses are going to give me the skills and the experience and send me on my way to my overall goal of becoming a coach.
That's 3 goals. That you're being a greedy Lee now.
That's but they're small. They're goals that are just quite quick and simple to get done. It's just commit and fucking finish it.
It's not the size that matters, Lee. I keep telling you this.
It's the nail you're throwing it at.
Yeah, you got to make your ring that size.
Especially after a cold plunge. Especially after a cold plunge.
Cold plunge will close your ring, I tell you.
Yeah. Talking of small rings, Rodney, what's your goal for the month?
I don't like that introduction. I don't like that segue. But for me, I'm already knee deep in movement, but February will be 6 days a week to work out, at least 6 days a week. And I'm also I'm joining a basketball league. I already committed to joining the basketball league. So that'll contribute to my movement. And I'm hoping to get through, relatively injury free. So that's where the working out is going to help me. That's where the lifting and the things that I'm doing, the stretching and things like that will help me out. But my goal really simply is February, because I've been so wishy-washy with my fitness that February will be to work out at least 6 days a week, and possibly 7, but at least 6 days a week. Sundays will be my rest day. But when I get in the groove, in the past, when I gotten in the groove, I would be antsy when I didn't work out. I would be jittery and I had to go to the gym. So I'm hoping I can get into that groove again.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah, man.
When you play basketball, can you wear some cowboy boots?
No.
I'd love to see that.
It's a good way to get an injury.
You already gonna, them young boys already gonna be trying to embarrass me on the basketball court. I don't need to, add any extra shit, man.
There's a football team over here in Europe called Young Boys. I mean, what a name to call a football team, or should we say soccer? We call it football over here. You over the wrong side call it soccer.
Like I keep telling you, I'm in New England, so you guys are in old. You guys need to.
We're ye oldie. Well,
Yielding and
my goal for February is to carry on what I'm doing, to be honest with you, because like Rodney and like Lee, I am in the process of changing my life. I'm in the process of getting fitter, losing some fat. I'm no longer a fat dad. I'm a fit dad. And I've lost currently 10 pounds in 2 weeks now. And
That's awesome.
I am using the tools to improve my life. I've got a new set of scales to stand on, and it gives you all of the stuff goes up on the app on your phone. I've got the FitPal, MyFitnessPal that I'm using, and it's the first time ever that I've managed to enjoy looking at the food that I'm eating and working out what calories I'm consuming and the protein and all of that sort of stuff. So I'm actually enjoying what I'm doing at the moment, and I've set myself a goal, a long-term goal of getting from what I was 16 stone 7, so I want to get down to 12 stone, and I'm currently 15 stone 10, which I weighed today. So I'm going on the right way. So my goal for
for our American listeners, what's 16.7? What's 16 pounds 7? What is that in pounds?
That is the homework for the week. Is to work out.
Look it up.
Work out English, because it's called the English language. It's not called the American language. You're using our language. You need to work it out for yourselves. What do you weigh? Do you weigh in kilograms, don't you?
Pounds.
Pounds. We use pounds.
Well, it's the
Pounds over here.
pounds.
Yeah, pounds, baby.
Well,
Come on, man.
You guys know how happy my heart is that 3 out of the 5, well, me and Howard both do movement all the time, just saying, but how the other 3 of you are just using movement as a goal for February, that makes me really, really happy.
And I'm really enjoying it as well. Really enjoying it as well. You know, I know we've said it in the past, but just moving does make you feel loads better. And yeah, really enjoying it. So Lee, how did the bike ride go at the weekend? Because you went out on the bike ride with the kids, didn't you? Have you got? Is your ring sore?
My ass took a pounding. Seriously.
Oh, suit yourself.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pause.
But we're going to do it again next week. Try and up the tempo. Like when I'm home, let's just go for a 3-mile bike ride or a 5-mile bike ride a couple of times a week as well. Keep that, increase that momentum. But my ass will harden up.
I can vouch for that. It actually does.
Wait, is this exercise? Like this doesn't sound like exercise, man. What are you guys doing?
I don't know what they're talking about.
Bike
Rodney.
riding.
Hey, that's the problem. You see, is you get 5 people in a group together, and I'm the sweet and innocent one, but they just turn it to filth every single time, and that's why I'm the moderator.
I've never heard such nonsense.
That I'm the moderator to bring us back to earth.
That's okay. They'll see over time. Our audience will grow, and they'll see over time who the real dirty mind of the group is.
Listener.
And they will see that Panthro is the most innocent of all, and he's just trying to be the glue to keep you guys from going off the rails. They're gonna see this. It's like
living with like 4 sex people. That's what it's like. They're just filthy, dirty people. But
what are sex people?
You need to. That's sex people, Lynn. Have you not ever seen Alan Partridge? You never seen Alan Partridge? Knowing me, yes. Knowing you. Right. He talks about those sex people, Lynn. It's those sex people. No.
What's that drink he calls it? Calls them ladyboy drinks, doesn't he? When he's at the bar. You remember that episode?
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Fucking
fantastic.
Hell. But it's a ladyboy drink.
This episode is called Deep Assemble. And obviously...
I love it.
What? Tell us the theme that we're going to go down, Lee, because you're going to be setting every episode. You're going to be looking at what we're going to be talking about, aren't you? And you're going to assign was it a film to the episode?
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
I'm going to be influenced by a movie every episode, and try to make it. What's the word? Evocative, if I can.
I just think you're doing it deliberately. That's what I think. You're doing it deliberately because I don't watch many films. So, Deep Assemble. Tell us
again.
What?
Not seen E.T.
No,
we're going to leave that there. I'm really butthurt about that.
Hey,
So was I on Saturday.
Hey, now what was the Deep Assemble? What was that movie after?
Yeah.
Avengers Assemble.
So how do you guys have Avengers and nobody knew what my avatar was?
I knew what it was.
Okay. Did
It's
you
only
understand?
Mr. No Films that didn't. Yeah, I get it. It's
Do you
Mr. No
understand?
Films
No
over there that doesn't understand.
Do you remember the song that he was singing? It's an old Peter Pan song. You remember when he got free?
Yep.
There are no strings on me. So that's what that was about.
And for
Nobody.
you guys listening who don't know, our host here, our
Jim-
moderator, our MC doesn't watch a lot of movies. And so there's many, many, many movies that most people on the planet have seen, and he's not seen any of them, including E.T. I know I've
You're
already said that.
understating it. There's movies that everybody has seen.
Everybody has seen, but you guys will hear over time that he's not seen TV shows, movies, doesn't know who actors are. But where he lacks there, he makes up for it in other places, right, you guys? Music, for one. And we'll give him kudos on that. He knows a lot about music, and I love that about him.
Howard, can you help me out here, mate? These guys.
Man.
I followed up with a compliment. What do you mean?
You
Love is a strong
Hey,
word, Harmony. You used that a couple of times already. That's the
I
strong.
think Harmony
Yeah,
gave you a compliment.
You
Yeah, I
You may
did.
not know a lot about movies, but you know a lot about music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about movie soundtracks before we go there, neither. I know the Rocky soundtrack, which is probably the best soundtrack of all times. Even though I've not seen all of the Rocky films, I have got the album, the Rocky soundtrack.
Oh my God.
Mark is
I don't
stuck
think
in the 80s.
You're not
The
missing
80s
much
and the
by
90s
not
for
seeing the
hip-hop.
Avengers movies.
No,
You're not missing much, Mark, in my opinion.
Whereabouts?
Come on, Howard. Come on.
Whereabouts?
You sound like a hater now, Howard.
Whereabouts actually are you, Howard, at the moment? Because you do actually look like you're in a geriatric ward.
He looks like he's in like the main space of the apartments. They have like a social space where there's like pool table and all that stuff. Is that where you are?
Exactly, and the Wi-Fi is horrendous. I thought it would be a lot better here.
Will they not
It's
let you
actually-
plug in?
I'm in the holodeck of the International Space Station, where I have a hologram
Space
that makes it look like I'm on Earth.
Right. I thought because I was going to ask you to play us a song because it looks like you're at a piano and you're about to sing a song.
Yeah.
I am the piano man. We'll say that.
I've always
I'd love to.
Does look like he's at a piano. Jesus Christ.
I'd love to think that he's in Starbucks and he's got all his kit set up in Starbucks.
I must admit, you do look a bit of a pianist there, Howard. I must admit.
If I was in Starbucks, I wouldn't be on this call because usually there's nice looking ladies in Starbucks, and I'd be
here we
busy.
go.
Like,
Here we
Yeah.
go. Look.
There we go.
It's
There we
those
go.
sex
Here we go.
people, Lynn. It's those sex people. They're back.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Oh.
yeah. So Deep Assemble. Then that's the name of this episode. So obviously it is what it is. You know, we're 5 deep, and it's the 5 deep assembling. Is that right, Lee? Is that where you took it from?
That's where I got it from, my friend. Yep.
Cool.
I need to
This
get
is
my
the,
lighting figured
the
out
origin
before we come
story.
back.
Say again.
This is our origin story.
Cool.
We have assembled.
Well, I mean, we're coming towards the end of the episode. I don't know how long we've been going.
so let's talk
for.
about ET.
Oh no, they scare
Stop
me.
saying coming. It's arriving.
All right,
I think we've been on for like 45 minutes, maybe.
all right, okay. Well, I'll open
Yeah.
up to the group then. What would you like to round the episode?
And we have
off with?
no more listeners.
Oh, they'll be back. I think people will come. It's our first episode,
Arrived.
so I have.
Arrived.
They will
Arrived.
arrive.
Arrive.
I have faith.
People will be coming.
I've arrived, Lynn. That was-
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I have faith. I
Go
have
on then.
faith.
So Harmony, what should we round this episode off with then? What would you like to what would you like to round off?
I
with?
think we should just round off with what people can expect going forward. That understand this is our first. This is our first time doing something like this, and we're gonna have to over time figure out how to have a flow, obviously. But I feel like let's each tell people, or Mark, you tell them what can they expect tuning in on Mondays, whether visually or audio, from us moving forward.
It ain't going to get any better, guys. I promise you. It's only going to go downhill, right? Howard will still be the same if he can be bothered to turn up. Lee will be in another dodgy hotel with no internet. Howard's camera will be failing after about 60 minutes. And Harmony, she could be in her car with a dog licking her face. So, to be honest with you...
Possibility. Or on the trail. I could also be on the trails. So could Howard, probably.
I would, to be honest with you, unsubscribe now because it isn't going to get any better.
Wait, what would Rodney be? What, you didn't mention Rodney.
He misspoke. He's talking about my camera.
Yeah.
He said Howard, though.
Oh, okay.
Did I?
Okay.
I was gonna let him go with that.
I do get confused. You two do look a lot alike, and I do get confused between you two.
Hey, you know.
Actually, you don't. You look completely different.
That often.
Me too. Like, you know a guy named Howard from Texas?
No.
He held up a picture of Rodney and I. People would be like, which one's which?
Yeah, that's Black Jesus and White Jesus.
Yeah, man.
No, guys, all I can say is, you know, it is our first episode, and like I say, we have had a few internet problems, and we have been a little bit rusty because it's our first episode. But hey, any podcast that you listen to, the first one's always the dodgy one, isn't it? This is just getting out to the world. It's letting people know that we're there. You know, eventually we are going to be going live on StreamYard, and that's going to be awesome. That's going to use up even more internet so that we'll have even more less quality. But no, honestly, it's only going to improve. And you know, next week I think next week we should talk about our whys, you know, why we're here, what the purpose of this podcast is, and just go down that route perhaps, you know. Or if you are at home and listening to this, you know, that one person, and you've got any questions for us, perhaps you can get on our Instagram. And perhaps you can get onto our YouTube channel, or drop us an email and tell us what you would like to listen on this podcast, what you would like us to talk about, you know. And
and how, you know, also our background applies to what it is that we do now as well. So, you know, obviously Lee kind of touched on it a little bit, but what he's experienced in life has a lot to do with why he is working so hard to become a coach. And same goes for me. Like, my traumas and the tragedies that I've gone through in my life are what led me to becoming the bliss broker. And I feel like there's things in our background, and they don't all have to come up in one episode, but I feel like over time it will maybe organically come out the whys behind what drives us to become, what drove us in the first place to become podcasters, and what drives us to do the topics that we do, you know, like Howard does nutrition and so on and so forth. So I think I think as people listen, they probably want to know a little bit more about us on a personal level, which would be fine with me. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
I'm a little bit concerned. Yeah, I spend most of my life keeping myself to myself, away from the police. So I might have to just keep it a little bit, you know. And as for Howard, you know, he's close to Mexico. He's always slipping over the border. So we're gonna have to be a little bit careful about how deep we do actually go.
Yeah,
but it's
true.
You know,
I think Howard's on the run or something, man. He's
keep looking, isn't he, over his shoulder,
right? Yeah, you keep looking over his shoulder, man. What's up, Howard?
He's frozen again. He's on the run. He's actually on the run from the hairdresser. That's what he's doing. Look, he's looking.
Yeah,
hey,
he is.
That goddamn bastard got some scissors? Is he going to cut my hair?
My goal for the week. My goal for the week is to get to a place with better fucking internet.
Anyway, guys, should we call it a night for this episode?
Yeah, let's call it a night. Hang in there, y'all. We'll just stick with us and
Yeah.
see what we produce. Hang in there.
Cool.
I mean, even if you just want to watch us fuck up and fail, just hang in there.
Yeah.
Our sincere apologies for the train wreck that is the first episode of 5 Deep. We just went 5 deep right in the trash.
It's fine. We've had fun, you know, and if nobody listens to it, it doesn't matter. We've entertained ourselves. You know, we'll be like 5 loners on the internet, right? On that iTunes, on that podcast. You know, you always get that podcast that gets no listens whatsoever, right? We can join them. We can unite with them.
It's called the Conversation Junkie.
No. So if you guys want to drop us an email, tell us about what you would like us to discuss, tell us what you thought about this first episode, you can get in contact with us. Is it official5deep@gmail.com? Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's it.
Harmony's head of our accounts department, you see, so she's in charge of that. And you got a YouTube which is being monitored there by old Rodders up there, and that is official5deep. Is that right, Rodney?
Yes, and you subscribe, you hit the notification bell, you like it, and you tell people about it, and you just keep coming back.
Yeah,
and leave us some comments. We want to get to know people.
Arriving back, Rodney. Arriving back.
Arriving on somebody's back.
And Insta. So Shaq's people are going, Lynn. Insta, official5 deep. Is that right, Harmony?
We just
official
lost
5 deep. Yep, at official 5 deep on Insta.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. Well, we're going to leave it there, guys. Please get in contact with us. Tell us what you think of this episode, and stay safe, stay classy, and we'll see you same time, same place if we can get there, Howard. See you soon.